Hello and welcome along to AFTV. I am Pierre-Emerick and this is the Women's Football Show. Now the Arsenal women are back to winning ways with a 100% win record in the Women's Super League. They had a whopping 5-0 win over Brighton and Hove Albion. Now what a way to get back to winning ways. Vivian Miedema opened the scoring and finished the scoring. Also a wonderful strike from Daniel van der Donk. Jem Beattie was on the score sheet, a player we haven't seen in a while who was sustained with injuries, one of our defenders, and Lottie Wubben-Moy with her first goal for the Arsenal. Now, 5 goals, a tremendous result. Now, the WSL action actually kicked off on Saturday between Spurs and Manchester United, where Manchester United took a 1-0 win over Spurs, which put them at the top of the table. But when all the other fixtures happened on Sunday, we kindly took our place back at the top of the table. I mentioned that Vivian Miedema had 2 goals, and those 2 goals have added to her career tally of 49 goals. She is now joint highest goal scorer in the WSL, along with Nikita Paris, who is no longer in the WSL. She's at Lyon, but she was the record holder for that in the WSL. Nikita Paris, I believe, had 49 goals in 62 games. However, Vivian Miedema has 49 goals in 49 games. The GOAT. Now, not a lot of fans will call her the GOAT, the greatest of all time. I feel like she's still working towards that, but I understand why a lot of fans says that she is. She's very young. You know, she's got a lot of credibility to her name. Winning with the Dutch team, the Euros, you know, top goal scorer in Arsenal all the time. But, you know, she's well on her way. I mean, although we had a very comfortable 5-0 win over Brighton, there were a few scares in the first 10 minutes before Vivian Miedema scored her goal. But, you know, with the new additions to the team, I say new, but the team is changing. We're seeing different players drop in and out due to injury or fatigue or whatever the reason may be. Leah Walty was back in the squad and she adds such a great dimension to the team, and spreading the gameplay wide and finding pockets of space. And Caitlin Ford as well being added into that team. Now, although she didn't get a goal, she got an assist. And here is what Joe Montemurro had to say about Caitlin Ford's time at Arsenal so far.
Yeah, she has a different dimension, as I said from day one. She's a little bit more explosive, very good at protecting the ball. And very good at coming inside, which is probably a little bit of a different asset to a couple of our other wingers. But you know, I'm proud of her. She's you know, come off a very difficult couple of years, a very sporadic sort of years, a couple of years in the US and also in Japan. And I'm really proud of her that she's starting to find her rhythm in her feet, and we know that she's going to get better and better.
And a final one from me on Leah Walty as well. Without Jordan and Kim today, you could argue there was a little bit of extra impetus on her, particularly in the kind of creative sense. But I thought she was so important today, particularly the way she can play on both sides, and it constantly creates new angles for attacks. How important was Leah Walty, not just today, but overall, I guess?
Yeah, we know what our team lacks when Leah's not involved, and you know, her ability to even just open space for our defenders to play beyond her is very, very important. So, you know, I'm proud of her, but also she was well complimented today by Malin Goods. Malin was very, very good in the second phase of build-up, and you know, she was you know, really showed signs of the player that we think we've signed and for the future.
Now, as I said, Vivian Miedema opened the scoring with a screamer 20 yards from outside the box. Beth Mead also had an effort, but it was tipped over the bar from the goalkeeper. And Van der Donk scored, doubled the lead from Caitlin Ford's assist, as I mentioned. And then after halftime, the goals continue to fly in with a player that I didn't expect to be on the score sheet, but I'm super happy that she was. Jem Beattie, our Scottish centre-back, our defender, she got right in there, headed in Katie McCabe's corner. Now, although she is the top goal scorer, Vivian Miedema does get some very beautiful assists as well. She plays a number 10 perfectly well. She plays a number 9 perfectly well. She plays as an all-round striker perfectly well. But this goal was arguably the best goal of the game, where she raced down that wing, raced down that pitch, and slotted it across the goal just for Lottie to tap it in, or thunder it in really, and get that 4th goal of the game. And then just moments before the final whistle in extra time, Vivian Miedema found time to just, you know, why not get another one and make it 5-0. I believe it was Katie McCabe who took the cross, and just on the half volley, Vivian Miedema made it 5-0. Although it sounds like a very dominating performance with a 5-0 scoreline, Arsenal had 15 shots and Brighton had 9. So not that much of a difference, not a massive difference. However, Arsenal had 7 shots on target and Brighton had 5. Still very close. But, you know, Arsenal converted those 7 into 5 goals, and Brighton converted those 5 into 0. So that's where it all matters, really. Now, that result has put us right back at the top of the table, as I said, on 12 points. We haven't lost a game yet. I hope we continue this unbeaten run, but it's only 4 games in. Only 4 games in, and Vivian Miedema scored 7 in 4. Crazy. And Jill Ward, who hasn't played since her return from international duty, is right behind her on 6 goals. So that's Miedema with 7 goals and 1 assist, and Jill Ward with 6 goals. It's nice to see our 2 teammates battling at the top for the top goal scorers of the season so far. I know it's early days, but you know, we're Arsenal. We can continue this surely. Just take a look at this for the moment. Let's enjoy this, because I'm sure it will carry on for the rest of the season, but let's just have a look at this. So top scorers in the league, as I've said, are Vivian Miedema and Jill Ward, but top assists are all Arsenal women. In number 1, we have Caitlin Ford with 4 assists. Also on 4 assists, Beth Mead. Also on 4 assists, Katie McCabe. And on 3 assists, Jordan Nobbs. Now, if that's not dominating the league, I don't know what is. The most important thing is keeping it up and doing it against the other big teams. Now, the other big headline of the weekend in the WSL was last season's champions versus runners-up, Chelsea v Man City. Now, you'd expect these games to be extremely tight, but Chelsea walked away with a big 3-1 win at home, with Mara Mielde scoring a penalty in the first half. Goals also came from Sam Kerr, a nice little tap in from Frank Kirby's efforts there. I have to commend her. The pace on her running down that right wing and placing it across the box so nicely for Sam Kerr to tap in. It was a beautiful goal, top quality that. And also a goal from Frank Kirby. And on the Man City side, Chloe Kelly stepped up to take the penalty. A very controversial penalty with a little horse kick. I don't know how to explain it. She took just watch it. It's very different. It's kind of like it's like no one else, to be honest. I can't compare it to anyone else. It's a very different penalty, but she scored it and literally smashed the roof of the net. But Chelsea took all 3 points, and in games like that, when you want to be a title winning side, as Chelsea know now, winning the league last season, you have to beat the likes of Manchester City, Manchester United as well, and Arsenal. So they've got the first hurdle out the way. Now they've got to do it away at the Etihad. But you know what? I'm so sorry. I just realised I said the Etihad, but you know what I mean. Manchester City's Academy Stadium where the women play. Because it's all on one campus, I just say the Etihad, but you know what I meant. The other results of the weekend are as follows. Tottenham Hotspur 0, Manchester United 1, Chelsea 3, Manchester City 1, Reading 0, Birmingham City 1. The Bristol City and Aston Villa match was postponed. Gives them a lot more time to try and, get a win, because both teams are sitting at the bottom of the table. And last season, Bristol were very lucky to escape relegation, but they're sitting at the bottom of the table on a massive -15 goal difference. So they're going to have to put in a lot of groundwork to get some results. They haven't had the best run yet, but they need to get some results back in. Both of them, Aston Villa, newly promoted team as well. Their match was postponed, so that will be played another date. Other results as follows. Everton women 3, West Ham United women 1. Everton still, both teams, men and women, are just on a massive run of winning at the moment. Everton men and women cannot be stopped at the moment, and it's good to see, because it's not normally you see Everton women start the season so strongly, but they have been dominating the league. Definitely a team to watch out for. I say you got to beat the big teams like Man City, Chelsea and Man United, but I think Everton's got to be in there as well now, definitely. And of course, the other result of the weekend, Brighton Hove Albion 0, Arsenal women 5. Now here is how the table looks. As I said, Arsenal women and Everton women both with 100% win record so far, with 4 wins out of 4. And third is Chelsea. They drew on the first day of the season against Manchester United. As you see, they're both on the same points. They're on 10 points. And then we see a lot of reds. In 5th is Manchester City. Surprise, surprise. I'm sure they'll climb their way back up to the top very shortly. Reading in 6th, Brighton Hove Albion in 7, 8th is Birmingham City, 9th is Spurs, 10th West Ham United, 11 Aston Villa, and Bristol City sitting 12th with 3 losses and a -15 goal difference. That is the table so far, but it can all change, as you all very well know. But what I want to see is Arsenal women remaining at the top for the rest of the season, or definitely on the last day of the season. But that is all for me this week. That is your latest updates on Arsenal women and the Women's Super League. I will see you next week with Arsenal's next challenge. I say challenge. We play Spurs again, this time in the league. Now, we played them a lot. We played them in the FA Cup a couple of weeks ago. We're playing them in the league this weekend. And then we have them in our group stage of the Continental Tires Cup. But all focus is on Spurs this weekend. Hopefully we can get a massive win against them last time like we did in the FA Cup. But I'll see you then. Take care. Bye.
No, this isn't a robbery at the end of the video. We are telling you about these brand new masks from Mask SC in football inspired colours. You can get your team on it. The link is in the description. Get on it right now.